Sure. Grant, just curious for your takeaways just from the defensive side of the ball. It looked like you guys kind of contained Mathis in the first half, and Stetson Bennett came in and did a little bit of damage. Just kind of your overall thoughts on the way the D played today.
Yeah. I would think that we weren't surprised on how we played in the first half. I think we were more we knew what they were doing. We made good checks. Our DBs were playing really well. D-line was getting good push. He did really good in the third quarter. The 13, he did good. We just made a couple mistakes. I just want to give my hats off to them. Like, they're a good football team. I think we got to remember they're fourth team in the nation for a reason. Like, they're a good team. I think this definitely shows, as a defensive guy, it shows that we have promising, like we have hope, and it shows that we can be really good. And it shows that we just played against a really good football team.
Thought you want to go ahead and go?
Yeah, Grant, I think Coach Pittman said that he thought the defense kind of wore down a little bit. I mean, do you feel like that happened? I mean, how did you feel physically getting your most snaps you've probably ever played?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a huge thing playing our first game in this like new COVID era. I don't think we were definitely, it's the fourth quarter. Like, we've really never been a team that, like, last year we didn't really ever have great second half. So that's something we're going to have to emphasize, and just something that we got to keep pushing on and be able to rotate people in and just keep going and keep playing at our best speed and at top speed. I feel good. My body feels good. I like to say I can handle as much as anyone throws at me, but we just got to be smart and be able to keep rotating people in and just be able to play good D's, be fresh D, and just play when you're tired and just play fast as you possibly can. But I feel good regarding your question. Yeah.
Nate, you got anything?
Grant, just as far as the momentum in the first half, I mean, how big was it getting the third down stops? I think they were like 1 of 12 on third down and couldn't make it on fourth down either. What was the feeling like going into the dressing room?
Yeah, going into halftime, we thought we were going to win the game. Like, we talked about it the whole time. Like, keep pushing, don't be satisfied with this lead right now. We got to keep going. We got to win this game. We sat there and kept saying, don't be surprised, don't be surprised. So we made our adjustments. I think the big thing about momentum with defense is we kept getting the ball in bad situations on the field, and we just really made some big stops, like Buster's interception in the very beginning of the game. When they're going into the end zone, like big momentum plays like that for a defense is huge and just shows confidence. And that's why we just kept building off of that. Every time we went out, we were like, we don't care where we are or where you put us on the field. We're going to get off the field 3 and out or get the ball back. So the momentum, like you spoke of, is just, it's something that we thrive off of as a defense, but we definitely have to be able to keep pushing and keep figuring out how to get that in the second half.
Trey, you got anything?
Yeah. Grant, what were y'all doing well that allowed y'all to hang in there so much in that first half? And then what do you think happened in the second half that it got away from you?
Yeah. We were pushing the line of scrimmage as linebackers. As D-line, we were in the beginning of the first half, we were pushing the line of scrimmage. They weren't getting anything pushing into us. Like, they weren't pushing the D-line into us. We were controlling the run, and I think that they had to find themselves too as an offense for Georgia. Like, they had to figure out what their identity was, what they wanted to do. And I think the first half we were really I don't want to say expose them, but we made them realize like the certain things that they're really good at, and we stopped the run, and that's what they're really good at. So when we did that, they had to find other ways. And when they put that other quarterback in, he's a good quarterback, and he'd move on his feet well. But I'd say the big thing that changed from us is we weren't really as aggressive for D-line and linebackers on taking the holes super fast and shooting our gaps like you saw us doing in the first half.
Jordan, you got anything? Mason, do you have anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, Scotty or Andrew, you guys got another one?
Hey Grant, you're on a couple special teams, right? Like kickoff coverage or punt coverage. I'm curious just what you thought of the special teams play today. It seems like Georgia had a couple chunk returns on punt team.
Yeah, special teams is something we're gonna have to definitely go to work and just be able to figure out the exact little things, because in special teams, one big return could be just one guy just barely getting out of his spot. So we'll just have to go back, watch film. They definitely got a lot more yards than what we wanted to give them on special teams. But I can tell you this, that knowing we're chartering Coach Fountain, for him to be able to come back, it's a challenge for him, and he's going to come back and get that right. And as all of us who are on special teams, we take it as a challenge, and we're going to come back and get that right too.
Hutch, do you have another one?
Yeah, Grant, what's the mood of the team after a loss like this? Is it any different than the losses last year? Do you still have confidence moving forward next week to Mississippi State? Yeah,
we definitely have confidence. It's different than last year because like anyone who watched that game can tell that we can be a good football team. We had a lot of confidence in the first half. We played a really good game, and if you would have all asked yourselves if we would have been in that game the way we were at halftime, you all would have said no. And so like that shows right there that we have confidence in ourselves, and that shows that we can do things that we're not expected to do by the outside world. And so I'll say this loss, the mood with the team right now is just we know we are going back to work. Like we're not satisfied with 24 or 27 points or whatever. We're not satisfied with we didn't get blown out. We're ready to go win. We're ready to win games here, and that's what we're set out to do. We're going to set out to win some games.
Nate, do you have another one? Trey, you got another one?
Yeah, obviously, when you guys now, I mean, every game is an SEC game. You don't get any easy ones, and it gets difficult going to Mississippi State. They just knocked off LSU. Your thoughts on trying to get this defense and this team ready for another tough opponent?
Yeah, so regarding Mississippi State's game next week, they're a good team. We're a good team. We're both SEC. We're both going to be able to play. I guess their game right there shows you that you never know who's going to win on these weekends because COVID's real. The SEC all schedule's real. You don't play any easy games right before you play or easy games before you play a big team. It's going to be week in, week out of going after people and just knowing that like anybody can win a game on Saturday. We all just saw that. So we're going to go into every single week like we're preparing to win, preparing to play our best game every single week. So we're not going to worry, obviously, about the scoreboard while we're playing, but we're going to try to get to be the best that we can be every single week. It doesn't matter who is put in front of us. We're going to try to be our best.
All right, anybody else have one more before we wrap up with Grant? All right, Grant, thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.